Hi, welcome to this plasma system. Let's show you a neofetch, and that's exactly what we're going to talk about, neofetch. This is actually a video for Carli project. So Carli is on ArcoLinux ISO.com. It's where you start building an ISO from A till Z. In the meantime, it also responds to personal request of a user on Discord asking how should I make my own look like this. So we have neofetch that provides us lots of information. And if you would like to make something like this, which is called an ascii, then, well, you need to be creative, but first you need to be technical, right? How to get that thing in there? Well, basically, you go to PAMAC AUR and you start thinking, how should I, what's this application, neofetch? I wonder, okay, there he is. So moving it to the second screen. There's an update. I've just made another development build, guys. If you want to try it out, that's for the beta testers. Send a test repo. So neofetch is in here. Neofetch are two versions. So there's a Git version and there's a neofetch version. And I see they're both installed. That's a bit awkward and a bit strange that they're both in there. They seem to be both in there, but it's not the case, of course. This is, oh yeah, sure. It is the case. Now I get it. Those are the files, our ArcoLinux etc scal files, and this is the general neofetch, because there's also an AOR, a neofetch Git, and that's what's the confusion. So this is the standard ArcoLinux sudo pacman -s neofetch. Then you go in here, and the only thing basically you need to know, this is just a license and manual. So this is a file, it seems, in user bin neofetch, and that's how I got cracking into the code, figuring out how does this work. What should I do to add my ArcoLinux thing in there? So user bin, and then you start typing neofetch. And neofetch. So we open it with Atom or any other of our beautiful, maybe I'll take another one. Never used this in a video. So code, here is code. If you want to know, Brad, for example, creates his applications in this one. Making this bigger, so I have to figure this out myself. Making this bigger with this, no, with that, no. So I was looking for some shortcuts. Configure tasks, install additional, toggle go view, terminal debug, appearance, full screen, Zen mode. That's interesting, but that's not what I want. I just want it bigger for you guys to read it. Since this is really my first time ever, preferences maybe, settings, color theme there as well, interesting. So text editor, page size, is this control the number of files in the editor? That's something else. Find font, here's a font size, 18. What will we get if we do 18? Okay, that's readable. So we have a long, well, file application, a bash thing that is going to, it is a bash thing. Up here it says bash. So version 7.00, fine, all kind of elements. And here are the things we see, right? F12. This is what we see, OS kernel uptime. F12 again, OS host kernel uptime. So all this information is written in here. And Control F, ArcoLinux. Here we have our first name. And down here are probably the next one, and the next one, the next one. And here we have the ArcoLinux small, so we have that as well. So a smaller ArcoLinux version of the one you just saw. I think that's the one underneath. So that's the big one. So basically, the point is, the thing is, you need to get in here with this kind of code. That's the challenge, the goal. Get in there. Now, you need to know who is the developer of neofetch. And we actually closed PAMAC again, because I'm assuming that the developers put in there where you can find it. So control find neofetch, normally they put here a link, and in the link you go and you have to make an account. So I'm not gonna do this on my own account, on the ArcoLinux account. I could do this on another account, but what I would do is actually git clone this thing. So you can actually say I want to fork this. So fork, that's 510 times forked, and with that fork, that's becoming your GitHub, and on that GitHub you can add some code and stuff and then see if it works. So that's the first thing I would do. So let me log out and log back in. I do believe I have a GitHub teaching account, so I'll use that one to show you what's next. Let me first pause and log in. Alright, I've signed in. It was a bit tricky in the sense that they wanted to verify that it was okay. So you get a mail with the code, and paste the code in there, and then he knows I'm the guy, right? So ArcoLinux Teaching is an account where I have taught you how to make a repo. So adding repositories to your ISO is one of the most important things. I've just made videos about spin-offs. So 3 spin-offs at this point in time, and it's now March 2020. And yes, you need to have a place to put your packages on there. And I see we have put Brave Bin in there and open box themes and like that. Now, you need to have a GitHub account, right? So that's something you can do. It's already explained in arclinuxd.com how to do that. Now we have this Dylan Raps neofetch thing, and I'm gonna fork it. So this is his GitHub. This is not my name. This is my name. This is my GitHub to teach knowledge, right? So okay, I'm gonna fork this right now. Make sure you're logged in with your account, of course, so if you have several accounts. And then he's going to fork, copy, paste, clone this thing to mine. Okay, dismiss. So this is now my GitHub, my personal thing, which means I can git clone this, I can push this, I can change this, I can be in control of this particular GitHub. It's my GitHub. So let's keep that one open, why not? Open with Dolphin. We are on the desktop, we create the terminal, and then we say git clone, get me this thing that comes from me. Okay, correct. So now we have our own neofetch. This is our neofetch, and we can run this neofetch. It's ours. Right? It's working. Now the thing is, we need to provide is it Dylan? I think it was Dylan. Let's see. Dylan. So let's talk about Dylan. We need to provide our changed code to Dylan. So we're gonna change bits in here, and then say to him later on we can push it back to the net to our own thing, and then we're gonna request a pull request. We're gonna say please take our code into your code, and then your system will be recognized. That's how it goes. Now the system neofetch is going to use a particular place in your computer. It's etc lsb release. That's going to be used for it. So this application, we probably need to do several things. So I've figured that out some time ago. Let's keep trying to open this with code, so I learned something in the meantime. So development, code, always okay. So voila, that's my code from now on. And in here, there's a word you should know, lsb release. You see, there is a lot of lsb release in here. That's gonna be a typo. So lsb, control find again, lsb, and this time minus release. And there is no information there. So it's actually running a command, lsb release. If exists, then get this one, so distro, and then lsb flags and all that. So a lot of lsb releases, which means if I want to try this out, I have to go to my personal PC. I'm gonna break my PC. No, nothing will be broken. It's just a name. LSB release. Open it up. It says ArcoLinux B Plasma, and we're gonna call it Carli, right? Because we're going to need it to be Carli later on. Numbers and all that, you can change these things. Let's first see what happens if I just do this one. Now, I have been closing too much, I think. So here is my own neofetch, right? Desktop, yeah. That's my own neofetch. And let's keep this guy open to run it from time to time. So now, I could have seen it already, could have known it already, it was already here, but Carli, right? And neofetch says, I don't know what this is, so I'm gonna provide a beautiful little tux, which is good, all right? But at some point in time you said, well, maybe I prefer to get my own ASCII code. And then you go back into the code. And you can deduct what I have done in the past. I did a control find and I typed ArcoLinux, right? We are related to ArcoLinux. No result, so Arch, just Arch. Let's see what you get. That's too much. How about ArcoLinux with a space? And then we have some text here. And that's it. So I wonder where they have put it. I do believe we have to go through all these arches. Architecture, Arch, main machine, Arch. Let's scroll down because you can have a scroller here because the ASCIIs are starting here. This is where we get our thing. You see? In here, we need to design something, right? You could decide to start with Arctic Small and say I'm gonna take a smaller one, or I'm gonna go with something that's easy to change because you don't want to have too much work with it. So this is the creative part, right? So in here is how what will I create? This is Buns and Labs. So each of them has their own ASCII code and carps. Nice, see, right? So a lot of choices, chakras here, but you have to think I'm gonna make a variant of or a complete new. But of course, this is a technical video and not so much a creative video. And we have to do something. We have to choose something that's gonna be good enough. Never heard of Debian. I'm gonna use Debian as a, I'm gonna try to make this a C, right? So this is now a warped sign. I don't know what it is, but I could make a similar kind of warped thing for Carli. Just a thought. That's just out the top of my head. Dragonfly, right? So that's creative, how to make a dragonfly. So this can be a process of weeks creating something nice. But the technical part. Control C. When I say to this machine, you are actually a dev1, what's gonna happen? And we get this, right? So now the machine thinks I'm on a dev1. Great. Later on I wanted to think it's on a Carli. Fine. So I'm gonna copy paste and help him a little bit, R Dylan, to make that alphabetically as well. So Condress, Clover, Clear, Chalet, alphabetically, right? Carli, Calcalut, Carli, after carbs. After carbs it should come. Okay. Sorry, a sneeze. So dev1 is going to be Carli. Save. I'm gonna change dev1 back into Carli. That's why I always say this is so utterly unimportant, guys. It's just some files, some text. It's unimportant. So let's try this again. Neofetch. Woo. I think I made some copy paste code. Right, that's wrong. You see. So let's have a look. where did I go wrong? The end off and all that. Here it goes wrong. So we have here end off, and here I don't have a break. Save. Coding matters, it all matters, it's still not okay. Let's go for it again. So end of here, and then there. Chakra, I don't see what's wrong now. See? So here is the division, here's another division. We start with carbs, we start with Carli, and we end here. Looks good to me. Save. I'm not sure why that is. So, okay. Carli is there. The name is correct too. So now he does not recognize Carli. So we get the penguin back. All right, so that's cool. I think I know what's going on now. If we just check this, how can we check this? We can't check this. We need to get another code in. So the dev1 thing is this one, but there are several others. That's ASCII, that's ASCII. Here it is. So we have dev1 nodes, arch. Here will be Carli. Okay, and then next one, that one. Here is dev1, but Carli is after carbs. So I have to remember the word carbs. Carbs. So that's that. Dev1 here, restricted. Okay, save. What's gonna happen if I do it now? No such file, of course, because I need to be in here. So .neofetch. This is the thing we have now. So it knows it's Carli, that design is nice, but something goes wrong after that. So, okay. We are halfway there. So again, it's the code somewhere that's gone wrong. So Carli. Copy pastes are important. And since I really don't know, I'm gonna do it all over again. So this one needs to go actually here. Let's try. If I get an error now. So no errors, the code is sound. So why Ctrl Z is the code not working now? That's what we need to figure out. So carbs has a space, but that's not important. Carbs, end of file. Then we get this thing. Then we get Carli, set colors, end of file. Damn, I don't see anything wrong with it. And still there is CentOS small. Is that the next one? CentOS small is the next one. Crazy, right? I'm gonna pause the video. Alright, I figured it out, and this demands like a, oh my god. Alright, so the thing we're missing is a line up. Just a line, so like this. It's not gonna work, and you see already the result. It worked. So I've broken it again. With an extra line, you get this. And with the line in here, save. And it's not the first time these things happen. A dot, a comma, and stuff like that. So keep analyzing. It's still worth to try to solve it. So what I would like to do now is to, well, maybe color things. So set colors 5, 7. I have to figure out what these colors are, or I just say I'm just gonna change one of them and see what happens, right? That's how I do it mostly. Okay, so we get this kind of look. All right, so I'm gonna change on the other screen. Number 1 is now this. Not so bad. Number 2, and then you just try to see what you like best, and maybe you have already an audience, a group of people who say, what do you say? It's gonna be this, that, or that. What do you like? Right, so I'm like also orange as well. So let's say the orange thing is the one you want. Let's first also check, so that's number 3. Let's also check number 7 if that gives us any change, because it all depends. So we have now these colors here in front of it. I actually liked it previously, so don't want to change anything anymore. So that's the part in the beginning. All right, so that's the colors, but you can also set the colors in here, C1, and this is a complete C1, but there are more complex things like C2 and so on, color 1, color 2, color 4, and you can change this to chakra, I think it is. Let me show CentOS. It's not chakra, it's CentOS. So it's very easy to see what it is and try to get some ideas maybe, and then see if you like that better. So these are all the coding with all the colors you see here, the C1s and the C2s. You can figure out, yeah, from there to there it's that color, from there to there it's that color. So it works kind of like, well, no, I was going to say CSS, but it's not true. So it begins here, and when you change the color, then another color begins. There's no end. The end is the fact that there is a new color. So you define the colors in front of it, basically. Okay, fine. Let's change back to Ctrl Z to Carli. So coloring and text, and this is how you figure it all out. Fun, right? Creative. It is. So we have this. As a result, we have this for Carli, but that's a C. That's not gonna work for me. So I would like to have to mirror it a little bit. I was thinking, can you mirror it actually? I wonder. But that's something for later, right? That can be done at a later stage. But with of course we can't reuse the one from, I don't know where I got it. We can't use this one. That's well, copyright, right? So you make your own one. And if you say I want to maybe have an A in here, or I want to change things, so that's something that's going to take some time to figure out and to make nice with all kinds of signs and letters and all that. You see all these special signs and dollars and all that. That's creativity. By the way, there are sites to get creative. All you have to do is online ASCII art and ASCII converter and all that. So you have found something, you can put something in, you can put an image in or something, and it's going to convert an image to ASCII code converter, image to, I think it's better to do image to ASCII or something, converter. That's gonna be great. And that gave me some ideas in the past, and say, okay, I'm gonna try this, I'm gonna try that. Choose a file, upload it, and the result is something similar, not the same, something similar than this one. So that's maybe for other video. I'm thinking about creation, because this is just an idea out of the top of my head. So we'll make a nice Carli ASCII code. But this is how it works. As you can see, this is what I would like in the future, something similar, something different. But I would like to push this back to the internet first. So if this is the code I like, neofetch, right? Neofetch, this is the code I like. I want to push this back to here, on here, and then I'm gonna say to Dylan, please Dylan, could you incorporate my code into your code? And then at some point in time, a month, 2 months later, there'll be a release, and it's gonna recognize immediately your distro or desktop, or right, your system. So what's next to do is I push that up to the internet. I need to, well, in my case, I want to have an an application to, well, a bash script to push it to the internet. I know if I have one, I do have one. So this one and this one get one of my GitHubs, and that makes my work easy. I'm gonna not cut but copy to my neofetch, Control V. So I'm gonna push to the internet with a script that says, well, git pull, get everything first from the internet, but everything is okay, so everything is new already. Add everything to my list to put online. Read the input, and the input is going to say, I'm gonna put this online. And then you git push origin master, and then it's done. I do think I need to have I pushed today already to the internet. So if you have different GitHubs like I have, Eric Dubois, ArcoLinux, and now this one, then you make sure that your Control H, your cache, your Git is not there. If the Git is there, it's gonna be either ArcoLinux one, the Eric Dubois one, or the ArcoLinux teaching one. So he needs to ask my password again, because this is a different place. I'm gonna push it. So open terminal, the setup, I ran the setup already. This is a machine that's a working computer, right? So setup is not needed, but to check it out, first time you do GitHub, change the name maybe a good idea. And for the rest, everything is set. So you just type git. Then I say first logo of Carli, and I put that online, and I actually don't know the password, so I'm gonna pause the video and have a look at what it is and then come back to you. Okay, I've just pushed it to the internet, first logo for Carli, and this is what changed. Of course the git is here, but this is what I should push to the website of Dylan. Not these two guys, these git things. That's help, and help is good, but I don't think he wants to have those. So you create a new file, text file called git ignore. Ignore what? We'll tell you what to ignore. So that's the git version 1 sh. Ignore git. Why is that line 2? Git version 1 .sh. You can ignore that one, and you can also ignore setup git version 1.sh. That's cool. Save. And then I'm gonna push this to ignore file. All right, that's that. So we have done a push again to neofetch, and it is at this point in time still online, of course, but it will not be pushed henceforward to the internet. Then what else? Well, basically, assuming that everything is okay, I do pull requests, and I do new pull requests, and I ask the base repository of neofetch master, and that is mine, compare master. So this is the difference between what he has and I have, so I definitely need to get rid of the text there. So let's do that first. So this one and that one, you just cut them, put them on your home. There's a lot of stuff there in my home. Control find, Control F, Control paste. Sorry, paste of course. Git of course not there at this point in time. So I'm gonna go for the commands themselves. So in here, git version 1, git add and all that. So I'm gonna do this, git add all. And then the place where you are, that's a dot. Okay, thank you. typo, and then git push, and then master, origin master. Let's have a look. Everything up to date. I wonder if I this neofetch thing. Okay. Oh no, this is Dylan. This is not mine, is it? This is not mine. This is mine. Okay, repositories, neofetch, and setup is still there. So I first need to get rid of that. How was that again? One moment, pausing. I think I found the code to do it. Online, so the online version is still in there. You could actually do it like this, which is much easier. Just click the button here, delete this file, and it's gone. But when I push it, it's not in my system. It's online. So I want to get rid of it online. So I'm putting this back, and there seems to be a command, git remove, and then git version 1. sh did not match. Why is that? Let's see if we're in the proper place to do that. Do I need an R or an F or something? Let me see. R minus R is recursively, so we don't need that. Did not match any files, but there is a file. Here it is. That's strange. Git remove setup, maybe it's just for something else. This git remove, so let me pause again and figure it out. Alright, so in the meantime, with all these trials and errors I've done, I need to re-register or re-add these files to Git, and Git is here, right? It's hidden. So there was a thing here missing. So that's what the error was all about. So I've pushed it back to the internet with the Git version 1. That's this, and it says everything up to date. Desktop data I've called it, but it's not going up to online, since it's there's nothing changed. So locally it has changed, and now the command just does work, right? So git remove minus R, and the R is not necessary. So let's try the other one. So you see what happens up there. So setup here is gone already. So git remove, no R needed, since it's not recursively, it's just git. Okay, that's gone, and now I can try to push it back to the internet without these two. Of course git is not going to work, so I'm going to see if I can use this, all the things I've been trying. Git, you mean all? Yeah, sure. Typos, and then back to the push origin, all things I've tried. This is the original one, the good one. Everything up to date. I wonder, I do not have any great hopes if it's still there. So setup git, reload, still there. So yeah, I am very noob at Git, but I'll figure it out to get it out of here, because it's still in here. Maybe there are more smarter guys, so please tell me what I should do to get rid of that. I'm gonna leave it up to you guys to help me out here. I've been helping you like for, well, years now. So maybe somebody knows, how do I get rid of these two guys? That guy and that guy is online, but it's not locally here. But so how do I make a complete actual mirror? I know how to hard reset everything and then or start from scratch again. So that's what I would do now, but let's put it out there. How do you get rid of that? So anyway, the thing is, if those two are gone, I was almost ready to conclude the video here. So new pull request, that's what you do. You tell to Dylan, that's his master. Well, a lot of things. Let's just choose master. You don't know what all the rest is, and that's ours compared to master. So this one needs to go, and don't think we can actually say don't want that, or you should not include that. We can't do it, so we need to fix this first before we actually push it to him. And anyway, I can't push it because I need to design something. I need to be creative at some point in time and make a Carli ASCII code. So that's it, that's all you have to do, and then you have to wait for Dylan to incorporate it into his neofetch thing. The same goes of course for screen fetch, which I'm not going to explain. It's super similar. Go about it the same way. Alright, have fun, and I hope to learn from you how to get rid of those two files. Cheers!